The costumes, the music, the movement, it's going to have a lot of good noise.
It's not only like, I'm really excited to see this person's choreography, but also I'm really excited to see this designer's garment.
There's always that moment of excitement, like, let's see what this is going to be. This is the 7th year of the New York City Ballet Fall Fashion Gala. This year is very interesting because between the 3 new ballets, the 3 designers we have are very different in their concepts. From the very beginning, I thought Alberta Ferretti was a natural to design a ballet.
When I saw her work, I was blown away with how elegant it was. All of her work already looks so balletic, so I was like, okay, you know, I want to work with her.
Ogni volta che affronto una nuova collezione, chiudo gli occhi e penso a un corpo in movimento, per cui questa volta più che mai era importante.
Gareth Pugh has a very theatrical, kind of dark approach to fashion.
Ballet can be quite fluffy and quite frilly, and the idea was to try and inject a little bit of brutalism into that.
Even just going with the very stark colors with red and black, Gareth wanted to make sure we didn't make anything that was too pretty.
Giles Deacon kind of does a mashup of different periods and styles.
I didn't want the pieces to end up looking like they were from any specific time. I wanted it to be very graphic with lots of print and lots of decoration.
This is my very first piece for New York City Ballet and my very first ballet that I've ever made in my lifetime. Being that this was such a new endeavor for me, it was really exciting for me to think about a collaborator that was so imaginative.
This year we have somewhere around 30 to 40 costumes, and we have 2 months to do it all. It probably turns my hair that much grayer, but at the same time, I've had challenges that were never put in front of me before.
Devo dire che la sartoria del teatro è stata molto coinvolgente. Mi hanno aiutato molto perché mi hanno detto quali erano le necessità del teatro.
Okay, so I just think that once a guy starts partnering and starts doing this organza is going to just look like tissue paper. So we might have to suggest a different fabric.
Yeah, I agree.
The danceability of the pieces is always paramount, but, you know, this is choreography and couture.
I mean, there's a lot in there. There's a lot in here.
We constructed a piece that's made out of pheasant feathers, and they are about 4 feet long.
I can't see anything here.
No.
Ultimately, here at City Ballet, it's always about the choreography first. We always have to find that balance between what theatrically looks really interesting, but also what our dancers can dance in.
How does the skirt feel? Is it going to be like a workout?
I mean, it is quite heavy.
So why don't we just get a pair of scissors and chop a slit in it then? It's a process of elimination, what does and what doesn't work and how much is too much, and Matthew needs to understand what is and what isn't possible to achieve with the choreography.
When we get into the fitting room with the choreographer and the designer, it's this protected space where there's no audience, there's no other people, no one's making any kind of judgment.
Do you want it hanging lower in the back than in the front?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's good to get an opinion, though.
It's a place for us to make mistakes, or many times, not to sound corny, but make magic.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
It's definitely not the usual where the choreographer knows exactly what the costumes look like. In this case, it is. And that's great because I want them to really be a part of the work. Then you can maybe like just let go of the dress into something. Yes.
It's interesting to now have these costumes and think about how we can restructure the choreography to work with them. Even the stripping away of a layer of clothing or putting something on or changing completely tells more and more layers to a story.
A costume can completely change the way that a ballet is perceived. One informs the other, and it's exciting to see what the collaboration brings and what people decide to put on stage.
These costumes may have some head scratching in the same way that they'll have some hearts racing.
We're a company that's always looking to the future, and I think the Fall Fashion Gala is a fine example of that.